Bonjour Capricorn and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing your ancestors' messages. So I hope you are doing well and that you've had a good month so far. Please remember those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody, so take what applies and just drop the rest. If you're interested in the cards I'm using, there will be a link in the description box below for each of the deck. So what do we have for my Capricorn querents, please? What do they need to hear from their ancestors? Okay, so we have card 25, Phenomenon, be still and listen to the spirits. Then card 22, Orenda, honor your mystical and creative force. And card 26, Protection, set personal boundaries. Okay, let me put away my deck. Okay, so the first card, Phenomenon, this is a direct message from your ancestors asking you to stop for a second so that they may contact you. They've been trying to reach out to you, to communicate with you, and that could be through synchronicities, that could be through signs, you know, lyrics of a song that you hear on the radio, words you see on a billboard, or you read an article, or you hear something. That all of that can be them trying to speak to you. You can also get downloads when you're asleep. So I always recommend to have a diary by your bedside table, because if you wake up halfway through the night like I do, I always jot down anything that comes into my mind when I wake up, because this is how I get my messages. And so they really saying to you, we need to communicate with you. Please take the time out. If you are working like crazy, take some time out. Go for a walk in a forest, in a beach, whatever you've got around you, a park. Maybe take a bath with some soothing music that you like, so that your brain can stop and your higher self can receive the messages. Do some yoga. If you can't meditate like me, you know, I need to be moving. I have to do walking meditations or yoga in order to do that. But take the time out, because I'm really getting the message, the energy that you are busy, and there is no space in your head to receive the signs, to even be aware of them. The second message you have is to not bury down your gifts. You are somebody who is very creative. There is the word mystical here. You may be also someone who has clairvoyant talents or clairaudient, whatever the sense you use, but you're not aware of it because you're not still. For some of you, you may be repressing impulses of creation that you have because you think that there is no point for it, because maybe you think that for some of you, you can't make a living out of this. This is what I'm hearing in my head. And they're telling you that you are born on this planet with a specific set of talents and skills, and you need to use them because that's your life purpose. For some of you, I'm hearing it, so I will say it, you may be taking for granted those talents and not realizing how special and precious they are. And then you've got the card of protection, set personal boundaries. I'm getting the energy that some of you at work, you have bosses that are really abusing you. They're asking you to work and work and work, and you're not saying no, for fear of losing your job, or you don't want to upset people. It could be on a personal level. You have people who just drain you of your energy, and your ancestors are telling you, okay, stop being the busybody and being there for everybody or working harder than anyone else. Take the time out, learn to say no, and then you'll be able to concentrate on, you know, your actual life force, you know, what really drives you, whether you're a creative spirit, whether you are a mystique, spiritual person, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to delve into the messages with the tarot and give you more details on that. Can you clarify those messages for my Capricorn querents, please? So we have the Hermit. Now I'm not surprised to see this major arcana popping up. Right under Be Still and Listen to the Spirits. Then you have another major arcana, the Emperor. And the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy surrounding you or supporting you, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so let's talk about the energy at the bottom of the deck. The 3 is the number of growth, creation, and expansion. Swords is the mental realm, so this is the thoughts you have, the truths that are exposed, the knowledge you gain, your views on the world. The Three of Swords talks about a mental breakthrough. Now, sometimes it can be painful because, as I always like to say, the swords can cut, but it really is some kind of a thinking out of the box. It's that breakthrough that gets you out of the undecisiveness of the Two of Swords, where we normally see a woman with 2 swords and blindfolded and refusing to move. This is what frees you from this kind of energy. Now, under phenomenon, you have the Hermit. Now, major arcana represent bigger energies on your life path. They have a longer term effect than the minors, who just deal with the day-to-day events and situation. To me, as a tarot reader, they also represent the direct intervention of your spirit team, in this case your ancestors, telling you something or making something happen for you. The Hermit is the ultimate card of retreating, not doing anything to do the inner work. It may be a call for shadow work, looking within yourself and finding out the answers, because only you know what it is that's going to be good for you, that's going to make you happy, that's going to make you feel valued. And the Hermit really talks about taking the time out, shutting off. So, not always being working, but also not always being on social media or always asking people for their opinions, because the Hermit is really the card that says the answer is within you. And your ancestors are trying to contact you, they're trying to guide you, and they will be able to guide you during that time when you look within, when you look at your heart, you look at your life, and you make those decisions. They'll be able to assist you if you go into Hermit mode. And then I've noticed this, and I didn't mention it, but card 22 diminishes to card 4, and the Emperor is ruled by number 4. So you've got 2 number 4 right here, plus the 4 of Pentacles. So 4 is going to be a significant number for you, and you may see it more often than usual. 4 represents strong foundations and stability. The Emperor card talks about building an empire. The Emperor is somebody who's going to plan all of the details and lead their troops to success. He's going to build his empire, he's going to be creative, he's going to have that drive. This is, the Yang energy, taking action. And this is closely linked to this, creative force. The Emperor builds. This is really your spirit team, your ancestors saying to you, you need to start building your empire. You are a creative force. You have that power within you. Start building, get your strong foundation in order to move forward. And you already have that strong foundation within the number 4 when it talks about your mystical or your creative force. This is a power you have, and you can build something solid and long-term around this. And then we move on to the card of set personal boundaries, protection, with the 4 of Pentacles. As I said, 4 is strong foundation, stability. Pentacles is earth energy, so this is very much your energy. This is, the physical realm, so it can be talking about home life or work life, your financial assets, jobs, education, developing your skills, but also anything to do with your home building. Now, I'm not getting the messages at all in my head of something to do with home. I'm getting something to do with starting a business, with going up in a company, changing a job, so that you can use the talents you were put on this planet with. And the 4 of Pentacles talks about getting there, having that financial stability. It's a beautiful energy to have. I'm not sensing the shadow side of the 4 of Pentacles at all. But there is this idea of, protection, because you see she's protecting the coins, and this card talks about putting personal boundaries. So establish, the limits. When do you say no to people? And when do you say, okay, I'll do that for you, you know, if it's a boss we're talking about. Because you have the stability, but you just need to make sure that people don't infringe this and don't push you, which is what I'm getting from that. But this is a very nice reading. Just, you know, you just need to slow down and stop and go within, because there is incredible potential here in the middle of this reading, and you can really build something that's going to last. But you need, in order to have the time to develop this, you're going to need to say no to some people. That's what I'm hearing loud and clear. So I'm going to close out your reading with a couple of cards. Can we have some final messages for my Capricorn Querents, please? And I know it's not easy to say no to people and put boundaries. I'm not pretending it is, by the way. Just, you know, there's no judgment here, ever. Okay, I'm going to take this one. This one's calling out to me. So you have the last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. I believe Virgo got that card. So if you do little rituals or visualization, or if you write down what you're trying to manifest, the last quarter moon will be good for you. And this is asking you to work through your feelings. So take the time out. Your ancestors are going to contact you. They're going to help you so that you can start building whatever it is you need to build, and so that you may know who and when to say no to some people. I'm also going to look at the bottom of the deck for you, and we have the first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So if this idea of, you know, using the talent, the gifts that you were given when you came to Earth scares you, your ancestors are telling you, ignore this fear, okay? Push through. You are literally a creative force or a mystical force. You are a powerful individual, and you can build something very, very strong and stable as the Emperor. So they're telling you to ignore any self-doubt or fear that you may feel. And if you need help with that, the first quarter moon is the best time to ask for help. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I always appreciate it. I wish you a beautiful month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.